In today's episode, we're all at sea. We're going to be checking out shipwrecks and gathering up multiple chests. Fighting mobs, of course. And more mobs. And naming locations. Plus giving a shout out to our commenters. It's episode 34. Suppose we'd better run the titles. Picture this, an 11-year-old vanilla Minecraft world. Welcome to Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft. Hi, and welcome to Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft. Episode 34. So today we've got some good stuff for you today. We're going to be venturing out from Sidon. We've got some things to name. They're the water carriers, statues from episode 33, as we enter what is now named as the Bay of Sidon. Right, travelling across the water, we're looking for underwater structures. Wait a minute, we'll just need to yeah, that's better. Just put our weapons in. Here's our first ocean ruin. Let's see what we can find. Not done much with the ocean ruins before, so I'll be interested to see what sort of loot we pick up. And obviously, because of the enchantments that are on my armour, you'll notice that my water, or my ability to stay underwater, is quite good. There we go. Wheat coal, an axe, and of course a treasure map. Grab the chest. And pick up all the blocks, you know what I'm like. Can't leave anything. Clear the rest of this out. So you never know that there could be a second chest. I don't believe there is, but we'll check anyway. Almost cleared. Yeah, we'll take those as well. No extra chests, just the one chest. Be interesting to see what we find in these ocean monuments. Oh, no, it's a fish. Okay, so swap these around. Just going to put in a couple of signs. As you know, being that this is an 11-year-old, well, 11-and-a-half-year-old now, Forever World, I do like to leave a sign so that when we return in the future, we know when it was that we were here last. Just put a second one in. I want to put a date in as well. And obviously, as you can see, you can put signs in on underwater monuments. All the sun's going down. See, being at sea, night time isn't the issue. Ooh. Obviously there's some more ruins there. Oh, island, brilliant. Let's I think we'll spend the night here as the mobs spawn. Just take these out with the bow. Oh, okay, one down, two down. Yeah, I've noticed since I changed my PC and reinstalled Minecraft, things don't work the way they did. Maybe that's just a client update. Okay, so on to our second day of our travels out of Sidon. Yeah, we better gather that. Oh, look. Let's take out these drowned. Now I am going to sort of swap between the the sword and the axe. Ocean Ruin 2. Let's have a little look, see what we can find in here. Ah, good. Those babies are always a pain. So what we got then? Not great. So we got wheat, fishing rod and coal. So we're not getting massives from these ocean monuments, ocean ruins I suppose we should call them. Right, trying to put in the episode 34 a fire tower. As mentioned before, you're looking at 11 blocks to create the fire tower. One netherrack, rather than netherite as I've said previously, one netherrack and a random block in the bottom. I tend to use dirt or cobblestone. Put up the sign. Episode 34. Good. Let's put on a date on the back on the fire tower, and we will assign this to Sidon, as we are in the Bay of Sidon. We won't be staying in Sidon for too long, probably leaving next episode. Ocean Ruin 3. Let's have a little look. Oh yes, we'll take that out. Of course, we should have used Silk Touch. That's disappointing. Right, let's see if we can find the chest. Oh, there we go. What's in there? Oh, drowned. Time for some axe. Yeah, I'm still not sure. I know it always says the axe gives better damage, but I still prefer a sword. Right, let's just go down and gather this loot. Okay, all gathered up. Back to the surface, get some out. See the drowned over there. Ocean Ruin 4. Yes, I definitely recommend that unless you've got the enchantments on your helmet, you use water breathing. We'll just take him out. We'll give him some axe love. That's still four hits. Let's gather them up. Let's move over to the next one. Ocean Ruin 5. I can hear noise. Oh, look at the drowned in there. Right, they're trapped. Just take these out. I'd be interested to see what we get in that chest, considering it was guarded. Nothing of value at all. Obviously we're still picking up the treasure maps. It'll be interesting to see what these treasure maps show when we have a look at them. So right, no, we're not going to head back to the boat. We're going to take out the next monument. Let's have a little look. Oh, we already done that one. I think we've already done that one, haven't we? Okay. So a little check around, make sure we haven't missed anything. And the back of the island. Now obviously there's plenty of clay here, but we're not going to be gathering that at this time. No, I think we've cleared this site. Okay, let's sort out our chests. That's better. Now we've got a group of these maps. Let's start opening them up and see what we got. So, right, it's showing where we are. Okay, so that's the first one. Yeah, I think we need to double up that chest. It's getting quite full. Just sort that. Okay, back to the maps. What have we got? Is it a different map? No, it's not. And last but not least, no. Right, let's put one of these maps up on the fire tower. We've got a few of them. We'll take the rest of them back to Sidon and put them up as decoration. Okay, so I think we need to have a look at that shipwreck. Let's head over there. Let's see what that's got going for us. Ooh, are they what I think they are? Yes, they are. Firefly bushes, brilliant. Again, being an older world, some of these features are still surprising to me when they do turn up. Right, shipwreck. Now, shipwrecks can often have up to 3 chests. They don't all have 3. Okay, so we've got some feathers, paper, and a treasure map. Okay, so that's 1. Let's have a little look at that. We're going to look at the treasure map. Let's see what that's got for us. Okay, so it shows this area here where the boat is. Nothing else on the map. Put that over there. Have a little look on top. Right, let's dig on through. Obviously this is an upside down ship, so I'm hoping as we dig through we might find another chest. Take some of this wood out. Ah, there's a chest. Right. Oh, that's better. Iron ingots, lapis. We got some emeralds as well. And some gold ingots. So that's treasure. That's good. I'll have a quick check around the sides. Again, as I said, sometimes you can get up to 3. We found 2. This one, because it's an upside down, I suppose it's classed as an upside down wreck. Maybe it's only got the 2 spawning in it. Yeah, I think it probably has. Still cool. And we did get some loot. Just back up. And we'll put some signs in. I think we'll put one up on the top, as it's likely to be a place that would be visited. Make sure that's capital A. There we go. And this was obviously Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft, episode 34. Okay, back to the water, back to the boat. Right, let's head back to our island. Now, we've still got 2 other big things to do in today's episode. As was suggested by one of our OGs, Felonious Wizard, we're actually going to name over there 2 locations that we came across, I think in episode 32. Let's get ourselves across the ocean and have a look. So, as we can see right in front of us, we've got Sugarloaf Mountain, as suggested by Felonious Wizard. So, as I say to everyone, when we come across locations, if you can think of names or suggestions for names for mountains, rivers, city-states, put them in the comments below. Okay, so right, we're going to need to pile up over there. Ooh. Ah, this is obviously the loot from I think it was episode 32 when we were making our way to Sidon. Let's go get some wood, because we need to make ourselves a workbench, because we need to create the signs. Now, the way we're going to do that, as you will already know probably, is if you can create a flag and then you apply to that flag a name from an anvil. When that is placed, if you put in a Minecraft map rather than the unmined.net map that we use in the series, it will actually show that name up on the map. So that's another one of the reasons why we're doing this. So let's put the ender chest in. Yeah, that'll do there. We're not going to leave it here. We better take out the silk touch pickaxe. We will need that. Yeah, and all I want you to do is look, what have we got? Right, so we're going to get the iron, and we're going to make ourselves a block of iron first. We need 3 of those in total, and then we can make our anvil. There we go. Perfect. Right, now which box was it in? I think it's the yellow. Has got the flags in. So we're going to go with Antioch flags, I think, because that's the last major city-state that we've visited. Obviously Sidon doesn't have a flag at the moment, so otherwise this would be a Sidon flag. Right, let's just put some names on them. Actually, shall we move some of this iron over first? Drop that in there. There we go. Oh, that's up to 64. Okay, that's fine. Right, first naming. Sugarloaf Mountain. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 words. Let's have a quick check. No, it's definitely 1 word. So Sugarloaf Mountain, which is I think it's just outside of Rio, I believe, in Brazil, and Mount Etna. Now, we know that they're nowhere near each other, geographically speaking, of course. So let's put that away. Yeah, that can go in there for now, because I think it's time we went climbing Mount Etna. Oh, wait a minute, just check, that is silk touch. I'm sure we've all lost nether chests before by not using silk touch, so they're quite expensive, so we'll put that back. Looking good, boat's quite full, but we do need ourselves some concrete and some netherrack. Right, so Sugarloaf Mountain, quite tall. Let's get ourselves over to the base. The day is getting on, so I'm hopeful we can finish this before nightfall, but not 100% convinced. Well, let's see how far we can get up first of all, and then we'll pile up using dirt or something like that. Right, can we no, that will do. Right, let's pile up from here then. Getting higher. Yeah, we'll go a little bit higher, and then we'll link ourselves across and then go up again. Oh, you can see the snow's just appeared, and of course we know what the snow's useful for. Not that we've even thought about trying to capture ourselves a happy ghast. It is on the cards, but not yet. But again, as you'll know, snowballs are what you feed the happy ghasts. So right, we're up, we're on top. Here come the snowballs. Yeah, the plan with the happy guests is when eventually we reach Syracuse, which is the spawn, and I suppose that arguably the capital of this 11-year-old world. That's where we'll put our first happy guests in. But that's a while off yet. We've got a lot of exploring to do first. Okay, let's pile up. 2, 3, and then we're just gonna light up that netherrack. There we go, and then we'll put our torches in as we always like to, as the sun goes down. Right, where is the banner? No, not Etna. There we go, Sugarloaf Mountain. And as mentioned, being of course once eventually we do map this using Minecraft maps, Sugarloaf Mountain will be named. Okay, let's put up one of our signs and the date. Night has come in, so we're gonna have to be mindful the mobs will be spawning, and they will be looking for Mauvais blood. And we gotta be very, very careful as we come down here. Wonderful. That's the first stage done. Just clear that out. Again, a bit like travelling in the real world. You gotta leave places tidy when you've finished. Okay. Down we go. Back to the fire tower and the bed. Have we put a bed in? No, we'll need to put a bed in. Oh, spider. There we go, spider. Oh, and Mauvais back. Lovely. Okay, I think we need to grab ourselves a bed. And I think we're going to leave the bed here as well. We did bring 3 beds with us, so we'll leave this one here. Obviously, the bed becomes a spawn point if you die. Right. Oh, they're always a pain, aren't they, these baby zombies? And now I'm on fire. Right, let's just kill him first, then drop into the water that we didn't need to. But hey, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so time to move on from here. One more thing to map or to add, which is literally just around the corner. So as we turn here, we should see, as suggested by Felonious Wizard, Mount Etna. And we're going to put a fire tower just at the bottom here. Again, we may well look at sort of building here in the future. We could potentially put a Pompeii here, obviously being that Etna is close. So thinking about it, it was Vesuvius with Pompeii, wasn't it? Etna's in Sicily. Right, let's put this fire tower in. Looking good. And obviously the torches. You've seen this before, you know how I do this by now. And then we'll just put in the banner, Mount Etna. And then we'll obviously need to put a sign in. Mount Etna, episode 34. Brilliant. Okay, so it's time we make our way back to Sidon. So, as you'll be aware, the OG wall has now actually closed. So I put up a post in the community tab on the YouTube channel looking for names and suggestions for what we're going to call the next group. So do check that out. Do vote or put a suggestion in. And at that point, let's just give out some thanks to all those new commenters. So, first, Rishabh King 34. I will apologise for the pronunciation as we go. Relax Gaming, or Relax_Gaming. Nice to welcome you on board, Relax. Dino the Ultra, who I have had a conversation with recently. As to Skip the Fox, thank you for the comments. Amber Stewart 3094. Nathcology, big shout out to you. And then two of our international viewers, and I'm not going to pronounce these correctly, so the first one I'll attempt, so that's my_TG_Nedryov. And last but not least, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this, so a big thank you to you. So we'll just sort out these last few bits and pieces. They're obviously going to get stored here in Sidon. Thank you for joining me on this extended, longer, the longest episode I've done so far of Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft. So, to all of you, for Mauvais Adventures in Minecraft, until next time.